Horrible.
I need to
Stream
know
is
one thing
live.
from Kason that I will message you about.
42.
Oh,
Ah,
well, then I'm perfectly fine.
stream is live, just so everybody knows.
All right.
So don't go
Excellent.
Awesome
giving
sauce.
away the secret of life or anything. Oh wait,
It's 42.
too goddamn late.
Sorry.
42 is the answer, but what is the question?
That's the big mystery.
uh, that is a good question.
Or maybe it's why?
Why?
17. Kai.
Oh, god damn. Okay.
17 is why. So what's X?
Okay.
How many roads must a man travel?
Oh yeah, did you?
What's
Ooh,
the
it's
legal age
working.
limit in Baldur's Gate? Okay.
After being released from City Watch custody, the Uncommon took to their own tasks. Todrin visited the Temple of Beauty, where he and the High Priestess continued squabbling, while Bartholomew took his time to research intellect devourers. That evening, Serval and Oscar headed to the auction house. They made a stop at Blackstaff Tower first, where Azure Edge shared what had happened to Maloon Wardragon. Meanwhile, Jarlaxle, in disguise as Zardoz Zord, came to Trollskull Manor and encouraged Todrin and Bart to come to the auction as well, telling them that there was something that he wanted them to see. At the auction house, Todrin found himself trapped by etiquette when an overly attached girlfriend had grabbed him by the arm and forced him to sit with her all night.
Ex-girlfriend.
Ex-girlfriend.
She doesn't
Oscar
seem to realize that.
Nope.
Oscar repeatedly drew attention to himself over the course of the evening and somehow managed to steal a man's coin purse while the entire crowd was focused on him. Ended up buying a magic item that was for sale. By the way, that is in your inventory. It became apparent that Jarlaxle had lured Lord Victoro Castellanter to the auction house by feeding him misinformation about a collection of dragon scales that were up for sale. For some reason, Lord Castellanter is searching for metallic dragon scales and was irritated when he discovered that the collection of her auction contained only chromatic dragon scales. Afterwards, Jarlaxle came back to Trollskull Manor and revealed the information. He expressed his concerns about your partnership as well. You were able to reassure him, though, and he gave you the choice of investigating the tower that Lord Victoro Castellanter is trying to buy in the Sea Ward, or liberating the Stone of Golor from his possession. You chose to leave the dirty work in the capable hands of Bragan Dareth and plan to check out the tower tomorrow. However, first things first, Drax, what is Bartholomew doing?
So I'm
This is the
sorry.
same
I
night.
was just reading a note. I missed the last part of what you said.
It was just that you guys are going to check out the tower tomorrow, and this is the first night because I've had not yet had a long rest, but you said you were going to do
Right
something
on.
before.
Well, so
Wow.
sometime in the middle of the night, um, I'm not going to take a full rest. I'm going to wake up at like 4 in the morning, super early before the sun rises, and I'm going to leave.
Okay.
Oh, uh, first of all, that's relevant to me. Second of all, you were saying something about my exhaustion point, Kazin. We didn't talk about that.
Oh, I thought about it after what we discussed, and I was like, I don't know that that's really. I think you would have been given some kind of.
Yeah,
Uh,
when you mentioned that, I was like, I think maybe the experience would have been more rejuvenational than
I
draining.
don't think I don't think it's appropriate, all things considered, to put you at that kind of a
Discuss it too much.
disadvantage.
Okay. All right.
And considering the situation of things, I'm going to use my scroll of invisibility so I can walk through the streets unseen.
You have
Didn't you put it
yeah,
in
you have
your?
the spell.
Yeah, I still have the spell. Well, I learned the
That
spell from.
only lasts a minute, right?
It's an
I think
hour.
it's an hour.
Is it an hour?
Yeah,
Mhm.
I do remember that. Yeah.
I always forget.
No, it's
My bad.
okay. It's all good. No big deal.
So I'm probably in my vision then when he does this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah, I go invisible and I head towards my father's estate.
Okay.
Um,
Hang on just a
And
second.
all right, while you do that, I'm gonna go get my food out of the oven.
All right.
Food's ready.
Thanks, man. I won't be hungry for a while.
In the meantime, Kai, was there something Oscar was going to be doing?
No, sir.
Okay.
Get that
I mean,
long
yes.
rest.
I'm talking to that goat again.
Okay.
What'd you name the goat? Or what does the goat tell you his name is?
It's unpronounceable in this realm.
Can we just call him Tooth Gnasher for short?
Sure.
Call him Bia. Burn it all.
Wow.
I'm still really proud of that line.
That was fucking
It was
amazing.
fantastic.
Holy smokes. The other thing I noticed is that none of us asked any questions about the goat, which I didn't notice till after we were watching the stream, and that really opened my eyes to our attitude towards Oscar at this point, where every
Oh, yeah.
time we try to discover or figure out information that's serious and concrete, it is useless and a waste of time and counterproductive. So when a fucking goat starts just talking to you out of nowhere, even as players, not a single one of us was like, wait, where did this goat come from? What is it? What does it do? None of us did anything. So if we're downstairs having breakfast, the three of us, is the goat
Not
there?
yet.
No? Oh, okay.
It will be after this, but Bart is going to sneak out before breakfast at this point,
Oh yes, well
apparently.
before breakfast. I'm back
Okay.
now.
So, all right. Let's see here. Is that playing right? I can barely hear it.
That's a good point.
Can't.
That's weird.
It's a really quiet sound. Like it's actual
Yeah.
normal
I
volume.
heard the theme earlier, but nothing right now.
Yeah. For some reason, this one is super, super quiet.
Which is
So,
funny because
Yeah.
that's actually how it's supposed to be. That's like normal volume right there. I don't
Yeah.
have to have it at 2%.
Right. It's
Yeah.
at 100%. I can
I'm
hear
so
it
glad
perfect.
this exists.
So yeah.
Yeah, with
I'm
my headset, I always turn it either all the way down or off so that I can actually hear you guys without it being garbled or.
Yeah, having a full headset helps.
all right. So, uh, Bart, about what time are you slipping out?
about 4 in the morning. So
Okay.
a few hours before the
So,
sunrise.
it is a moonless night,
Oh boy.
which makes the walk even more ominous and nerve-wracking.
I'm invisible, so there's that.
Yeah. So, the front gate of Margaster Villa features the family crest, and as you approach it, it swings open automatically, which you expect it to. It's magic.
That's cool as
And
fuck.
you hear the sudden barking of three large dogs that start coming running towards the gate, just almost out of nowhere.
Well, they know me,
Those
right?
are dogs I'm hearing. Okay.
You are invisible, do they?
Well, they would know me by
They'll be
scent.
able to smell
That's
him.
that's true. So
I
these
know
three
these dogs,
dogs,
right?
yeah, these are your father's dogs, and they just come barreling out of the darkness and towards you, just and as soon as they get close, they start and realize your scent.
Cool. Well, I pat them and I send them away.
Yeah.
And I head towards my father's room.
So the door opens without a key, just like the gate did. Uh, Overhead in the entrance hall is a floating chandelier. The candles are lit with a continual flame spell. For a brief moment, you are almost startled by the sight of a pile of fresh linens that are being carried up the stairs, and then you remember, oh right, unseen servant.
Wow. No wonder he grew up a fucking wizard.
And so you make your way to your father's room.
Does it appear like he's awake?
No.
His study I would head to.
Okay.
Alright, well, if he's
So
not awake, I'll wait in his study.
are you gonna like try to get his attention or anything?
If he's sleeping, I'm not going to wake him up.
Okay.
Not stupid.
Could always
So
send an unseen servant to wake him up.
what? After a moment, you hear the door creak open, and your father's standing there with a wand in his hand, and he says, "Bart, what are you doing here at this hour?"
Father, I actually wanted to discuss something with you, and I figured this early in the morning would be a great time to catch you alone.
You see him kind of rub his temple, and he puts the wand in the robe of the pocket of his robe. He says,
And I have my sword out. It's behind me. I'm sitting in a chair, so it's like on the other side of the chair.
just can't be too careful these days. House Nandar was hit by the Black Viper last night.
The Black Viper. What do I know about that?
Oh, right, from our early sessions. That's a
Yeah,
thief that's going around hitting nobles.
yeah.
Ah,
We thought it was Saf.
that's right.
Still
Okay.
could be.
Could be.
That's still a thing? That's irrelevant. That's not why I'm here.
What are you doing here at this hour?
I actually wanted to ask you a couple of questions.
He kind of just takes a couple of steps forward and says, "You've come all this way in the middle of the night to ask a few questions. All right, this must be good."
uh, good. Yes.
Not good. Okay.
What do you know of the cult of Asmodeus here in Waterdeep?
You see him. He kind of stops and rubs his chin a little bit, and he
And
says,
I'm looking at him very intently.
"I am aware of
Insight?
one."
Yes. For whatever he says, I don't.
He says,
Okay.
"I'm aware of one."
You're aware of one.
Yes.
I'm aware of quite a few myself.
I'm sorry, I misunderstood the question. I thought you said the cult, like
Oh,
itself, not members. So
gotcha.
he's aware of the cult.
All right. The cult, yes. Um, well, you don't strike me as someone who would worship Asmodeus.
He just kind of laughs and he says, "You would be correct."
How much can I trust that, Father? And I'm like death gripping my sword on the other side of this chair right now.
Prove it.
Uh, Either he doesn't seem to notice the sword or just doesn't view it as a threat,
Maybe he's just too tired.
and he says, "You want me to prove that I'm not a member of this cult? And how would you have me do that?"
I never said that.
I
But
apologize. I thought you did.
Oh, I'm sorry.
no,
No, that was me.
Oh,
it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, so when he says that he's not, I want to insight that, Kason.
okay. Go ahead.
That's not a very good insight.
So
I got a 13.
your father's a hard man to read. You do know that he's been acting a little suspicious over the last couple of months, but beyond that, you can't really get anything.
Okay, well, I'm going to ask him, do you happen to know any members here in the city?
I do.
I see.
I thought you were one.
Ooh.
I just start laughing.
Spit.
Because it is the most tension relieving moment for me. I'm not sure if you're one.
I can assure you, I'm not. It's worshipping devils is not within my purview.
Okay, well, how would you feel if I told you that the Castellantos are in a pact with a demon, or a devil, rather?
The Castellanthers. Really?
Indeed. I've seen proof.
Who? Which one of the castle hunters?
Victoro, particularly.
At that point, he just kind of takes a step back and sits down. He's like, "Oh my,
Yes, it was rather disheartening.
who else?"
I'm not sure who to trust right now, Father. But I can say we've never really agreed on much, but I think I'm starting to see things your way.
Oh, really?
Well, right now the only person I can trust is Todrin. And that's just because I know a god has chosen him, so he can't be worshipping a devil.
He just nods his head. He says, "All right, Alistair."
Yes, that's the second reason I'm here.
You know them. All right.
Indeed, I found out through Thentius.
What's Thentius have to do with this?
Oh shit.
Unfortunately, he has been recruited by Alistair.
You see him raise his hand up to his forehead and just kind of rub his forehead a little bit. And he says, "Damn him."
How long have you known of Alistair?
Alice has been involved in this for at least a couple of years.
And you've known this?
Certainly.
So, I'm just staring at him.
What would you have me do?
I don't know, tell someone?
Unless he is doing something, well, if he's recruited Thentius, then he has done something, so.
Yes. Well,
The goal.
it's time to put a stop to that, Father.
Recruited one of my own children. I'll deal with him later. Where is your brother?
That I don't know.
Well, let's find
Right
out.
now, I've been researching what the hell the Xanathar has got going on.
Your father stands up. He doesn't even hear the Xanathar. He walks over to a table and pulls a cloth out, and there's a crystal ball sitting on the table.
Nice.
And he says, you see him wave his hand over it. He goes, "Well, he's alive. At least there's that. Do you have any idea where this is?"
I get up and I walk over. Do I reckon?
Roll a perception check as you look into this crystal ball that's sitting on his desk.
Oh no. Fucking 3.
So the best you can make out, Thentius is in a bed. He is, it's with a 3. You can't make out anything other than he is asleep, and you don't recognize anything around him.
Alright. Unfortunately not.
What else do you know?
Mm, I really don't know a lot. But I do know that the cult has the Stone of Golor.
How far along are they?
Well, you see, I don't know what that means.
How far along are they to getting the gold? Neverember's lost gold. That's what they're after, right?
Well, obviously. Unfortunately, I really don't know where that is supposed to lead to, nor do I know what you need to gain access to it, because apparently you need some sort of keys.
What else do you know about the castle hunters and their involvement in this?
Well, that's all I have
Mentioned,
to say right now,
you mentioned
Father.
a contractor. Bartholomew, if you're going to trust me, or it would help if you would trust me.
I'm just staring at him.
Ask him
I
what he
don't know.
knows.
So far, right, I was getting there. So far, you haven't told me anything except that you've known of a devil worshipper in our family for years now, which is, awful. Pretty
Roll
bad.
roll a persuasion check.
I don't, oh, that's not bad. 15.
Devil worship has been a constant issue for our house for generations.
I'm aware. That's why we need to get rid of it.
I've been able to trace it back at least as far as Brunyondar. It could date back even further than that. The information is understandably sparse, well hidden. For the record, that's about 500 years. Brunyondar was,
Understandably so.
he says, devil worship is the reason that Brunyondar lost Thornhold in the first place.
Indeed.
You see him gesture back to the painting that's on the wall behind him of the castle.
Speaking of which, we must reobtain that.
We will. I have things in motion.
Excellent. If we can obtain what's in the vault, we will have resources at our disposal
That would be
and
helpful.
influence.
That would be helpful.
Indeed. Well, I must be getting back to my business.
Bart, don't be too hard on your brother.
I just leave.
All
I
right.
walk away.
So, meanwhile,
Who's got Serval? Whose turn is it? I think it's Drax's
I've
turn.
got him.
good question.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, you guys are back at home.
Random question: have we done knowledge checks for
I'm
For
sorry,
what?
for what?
for what our characters know about Undermount?
No, and we're gonna have to get to that a little later. So, give me time on that one, please.
No, that's fine. I just wanted to bring it up because we talked about it quite a bit last week.
We'll get to it. Don't worry. So, anyway, the next morning, though, Serval and Bart comes in. You would have made it back before everybody else got up, so you don't have to worry about trying to sneak in. Oscar, though.
All right.
Oscar, would you care to describe your new outfit?
I didn't have time.
You didn't have time to what?
I was totally going to make a... Well, here, this is part of it. What did I do with it? I don't know what I did with it.
Do you mean the description I gave you?
Well, no, so I was going to take that, and then, like, I found the coat, and then I was going to do that too.
Okay.
Well, while he's looking at
Do
that,
you have the thing? Do you have the description?
I do have the description here. So,
Scrolling right.
you guys see Oscar come down the stairs wearing a coat that is made of an assorted collection of scavenged fabric bolts and clothing fragments. It's just a rainbow of colors and just different materials.
The finest coat you've ever set eyes upon.
Everybody roll me a perception check.
Roll the charisma save.
Roll one for Serval too. Or right.
All right,
So
so Bart got 14 and Serval got 23.
you see
Good
there's
old bards.
the multicolored stockings of the leg of a jester's outfit. There's a flared silken sleeves of vestments worn by a priestess of Sunni. Todrin, you notice.
Yep.
There's a sleeve taken from the robes of a wizard. There's a black leather vest, and Bart, you see there's a full dinner jacket suitable for a nobleman of some prestige. And
Nice.
with it, you notice that there is sewn into the inside in silver thread the initials MM.
Ooh,
So it's that style, but it looks how Casey's describing it.
that's cool as hell. And that's Bart's dad's initials, right?
Right. I'm
I
just
mean,
laughing.
I mean, there could be another
be.
MM.
Yeah, it's a big city. Just saying.
Just saying.
The CEO of M&M. Anyway,
Just saying that my fabric gathering rats might have already gotten sent from trying to steal earlier clothes. I'm not confirming that, but it's a possibility.
well, I'll jump
So-
out. Oh, nice new digs. It looks good.
Thank you. When I do a little twirl.
I
Trigger.
should have put it into your inventory, and I may not have. I'm not sure yet.
Oh God, really?
Because Todd's into fashion. Does it
you
look
go.
good or does it look like a mishmash?
It's a mismatch, but
Oh,
it
okay.
looks good on him.
Yeah. So it's more of a looks good because it's on you.
Serval tips his chair back and just starts.
Would you like to wear
Clapping
it? I
his
start to
hands,
take my
big old
pants off.
No, you can keep it.
Oh, okay. I slowly put them back on.
All right, so you guys are all sat
No.
around the table here, and give me just a minute to get this kind of sorted out a little.
Sorry, Serval,
Oh,
you were saying
By
something?
the way, combat enhancement. Sorry, go ahead, sir.
Huh?
You were saying something and we interrupted you.
Just that Serval is leaning back in the chair, tipping it back a little bit, just kind of chuckling and clapping his hands at the sight.
Nice.
Oh shit! So the update put health bars on top, and looks like the buffs are a little more clearly
Yep.
shown. That's
Can
cool.
you
So-
mouse over them?
One of the first things that you guys noticed this morning, give me just a second here. Valletta and Nim have come in again this morning, and they have brought with them a backpack full of stuff, and they bring to your table as you guys are having breakfast. And Valletta translates for Nim. Nim wanted to thank you all for allowing it to visit your tavern, and has made you some items at the temple. She starts unpacking this pack, and she says, "This is a matchless pipe. There's a little switch here that made of flint that's built into the bowl. Just a few flicks of this switch, and it'll light itself."
Oh,
Nim takes out a little metal box.
Flint, why do we have his lighter?
There's a little metal cube that's got a little crank on the top, and he sets down. She says, "This is a barking box. Essentially, this will detect vibrations within about 15 feet or so, and start barking as if it were a dog."
oh, that's handy.
Interesting.
That is a nifty contraption.
She says, "I would be careful with this one," as Nim starts pulling out a backpack, and he puts a backpack from inside this larger backpack and sets it on the table. "That's a parachute."
I just start laughing.
Pair of what?
It's a parachute.
Oh,
A
there's
pair of
only
what?
one.
Exactly.
Parachute. How much
Oh.
knowledge would we have of parachutes, really?
I mean,
What is a chute?
You
And
know
why are
that they
there a pair of them in
exist,
that bag?
but having never seen one, much less used one, it's kind of that moment of who wants to be the first one to try it out.
Oh,
Me.
yes, that's fair. Yeah, I mean, in this, yeah, nope. I don't even.
And the last thing that Nim pulls out of the backpack is a pair of adjustable stilts.
Still,
And yeah, they
how
will
big is that
increase.
bag?
It's a large bag, but the stilts themselves are about only a foot long when they're collapsed, but they will extend up to 5 feet.
Hmm.
So, would any of you like any of those items?
I'd like the barking box.
All right.
Serval stands up and this is quite thoughtful. I'm curious about some of these stilts and this parachute.
One goes with the other.
But I thank you, Nim.
And Nim kind of nods its head, and you see Valletta answers for him and says, Nim is happy to help you.
Well,
Anyone want any
No one
other
else is going to
items?
take these. I'll take them. And I reach over and I grab whatever like silverware and plates were on the table.
All right. I'm just gonna leave these in the party sheet. Todrin, you're gonna get the barking box though, but just figure out whatever you guys want. And yes, you do. It's just not visible to you.
Oh, okay, cool.
I can make it visible.
that's my
I would
suggestion. Is
appreciate
that we
that,
all
yeah.
just... Sorry.
Is that,
My suggestion is
oh, go ahead.
Did that work?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. All right. So Todrin's got the barking box. These other 3 items are in here. I'm sorry. Who wanted?
Serval
It's
has
my
to finish it.
suggestion that we just kind of keep it as a party.
Do that.
That way, nobody's like specifically claiming this stuff. That way,
Yeah.
if we ever need them in the future.
Sure. All right.
Do we have a bag of holding?
No, you do not.
That's what I thought the bag was. I was
No.
excited.
No, none of these are magical, is my take. Are they?
No, none of these are magical. These are just simply inventions that Nim created at the Temple of Gond.
So, while we're talking about buffs, does Drax still have mage armor on by accident? Is that what the AC3 is?
Yes,
Okay. I should
I
probably
will
take
do
that off.
I got it.
Cool.
Just getting reoriented with the
Yeah.
new UI.
All right. So,
Wait till we get in a fight.
what do you guys want to do this morning as you're having breakfast here? And the kids are here, and there's other people beyond what's just on the map screen here, but I don't have them immediately available. I can make them immediately available if you need me to, but
Well, I would like to pop a divine sense here and here. I'm just walking around inhaling through my
all
nose.
right.
Just to be fair, I didn't really sleep last night, so I don't know at what point you.
I
did,
think
Josh.
I think you got enough sleep from
Sure.
you guys came back at like 10 till 6 or 10 till 4. You got 6 hours of sleep. That's okay.
Okay.
For a night or two, you can do 6 hours of sleep.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Okay,
So
cool.
the only thing that you detect at this hour is Liff as he is going through and cleaning tables or delivering a plate of food or drinks or whatever.
Cool.
And the halflings are underfoot and they're doing their thing as they're delivering food and drinks and all. They're very good about. I say underfoot, but they're very good about staying out from underfoot.
Okay. Cool. So if that's the case, I'll walk back to the table. perhaps we should discuss a little bit of business here.
Business?
Yeah, well, first, who's Valletta? Oh, that's the Nim person.
Yeah, she's the Dragonborn who is the priestess of God.
Right, okay. Well, I'll thank her. Thank you for escorting Nim, and Sir Nim, thank you for being who you are. But if you would excuse us, we have some business to discuss, so we're gonna head upstairs.
All right. Yeah, they'll all excuse you, and Valletta's she's essentially just watching out for him, but she's enjoying the time out from the temple as well.
Right.
So yeah, you guys can go anywhere upstairs if you want to go to the den or common room or wherever you want to have your discussion.
Let's just do the common room.
And as Serval moves through the manor, he's looking for spiders or
Yeah, I already did Divine
rodents
Sense
or...
for that reason.
I know you did
Oh.
it downstairs, but
Well, yeah, when we
you
get
know.
up here, I'm gonna do another one.
Go ahead and roll in my perception check just for fun.
For
So
the funsies.
perceptions. Natural 20, 27.
Nice.
So you notice the rats that Oscar has are making themselves very much at home in his new coat. But other than that, unfortunately, I just tell you unfortunately. Fortunately,
Or
you do not
fortunately.
notice anything out of the ordinary, and Todrin's divine sense confirms that there is no fiendish or undead or celestial, is it? I forget.
Yes.
There's no presence of any of those in the area, here at least.
Excellent.
Celestial, Fiend, and Undead,
Okay.
yep.
Yeah.
Alright, so, yeah, when we get up here to the common room, so, orders of business. We're, as far as I know, our only specific action that we need to take right now is investigating that tower, yes?
Correct.
It seems about right.
Okay. Is there anything else as a party that we should be doing? Have we alerted the Blackstaff to... I mean, I'm sure she's heard.
I had a conversation with the Blackstaff.
Oh,
So
And Azure Edge.
Azure Edge is going to speak up if you don't, so...
oh, right.
and,
And the axe, she didn't take that back?
I pull the axe out and kind of hand her over, help first, and say you didn't ask her.
Oh, alright. I take it gingerly. Wow, this is beautiful.
Yeah, Azure Edge is indeed a very beautiful axe. There's, again, that blue dragonhide is wrapped around it. There's a star sapphire that's set under the pommel. The blade head is made from silver, electrum, and steel alloys. It just has a natural, deep blue luminescence to it.
Just kind of
And
hesitantly think, hello?
Azure Edge says, hello.
Oh! Okay, so it does. Alright. Hi. I'll start talking out loud.
If you would, perhaps all of you can take part in this. Just allow everyone to hold on.
Okay, so I'll lay her on this table here, and me and Barton chairs, Serval, Oscar behind, we can all lay hands
What?
on.
Oh, so you tell us to touch it?
Yeah, I lay it down the table. She wants to talk to all of us.
Oh. Okay.
I'll rest my cheek against it.
I love you, Oscar.
The three of us touching the handle, and Oscar stood up, just bent at a right angle with his face on the table.
Azure Edge says, that's not exactly what I had in mind, but it'll do.
It never is, trust me.
I am seeking a new wielder.
Oh,
And I know some of you would be eager to be chosen. However, You must understand that I am only as worthy a weapon as my wielder. My power waxes and wanes with each new wielder.
You're talking too quiet. I can't hear you, man.
Alright, I'm gonna speak up here.
Sorry.
I am seeking a new wielder. However, you must know that I am only as worthy a weapon as my wielder. My power waxes and wanes with each new one. I have served masked lords and open lords of this city throughout my existence. I knew many of the city's founders and greatest leaders, including Agaron, Purgaron Paladin's son, Kelvin Blackstaff himself, and many others. I have gone years where I chose no wielder because none were worthy. However, I have 2 tasks that remain unfinished.
Okay.
My mouth is open. I'm just like in awe. Was not expecting this today.
My duty is to defend the city of Waterdeep, and I failed in that. I failed to protect Maloon.
Honestly, I don't see how you could have fought him once he had been taken.
I have ways, but they have been suppressed by a drow wizard in the service of the Xanathar.
Is that still going on, or are you
A
back to full
drow
strength?
wizard?
It is still ongoing.
Okay.
Did you say a drow wizard?
Yes,
And you're currently being cursed in some manner?
it's not a simple curse.
Repressed? Inhibited
Oops.
somehow?
Uh-oh, Rhythm has gone offline. So, uh, she says, yes, in some manner. I do not know the details of it, however.
Hmm.
The last thing I remember is the Xanathar itself telling the wizard to find a way to disable my defenses before its eye came to rest upon me, and everything went dark.
Right,
Does that
right.
sound familiar to me in any way?
Roll
What part of it?
an
Just
Arcana check.
Anti-magic
whatever
field?
could do something like that to a sword?
Roll an Arcana check.
As a player, I
Like
would
what
think
kind of
anti-magic field, but
It's hard to say.
what kind of
Uh,
magic even could do that?
yeah, it's there are methods, but specifically, it's hard to say right now.
Gotcha.
All
could you
right.
roll a check for Serval?
Yeah, go ahead and roll him one too.
Oh, that's a good
Oh.
idea.
Oh, you got an
Same
8.
thing. It's hard to say. She says, the first thing that we have to do is find this wizard and put a stop to them. Whatever the Xanathar is doing, it's directly responsible for that intellect devour that killed Maloon, and much more, much more.
All
And I
right.
Yes, that
cannot
is
do
our
that alone.
long-term goal.
That does seem to
Medium.
be yeah, like the man said, that is a goal of ours as well. We do have information that we intend on acting upon sooner or later, I'm assuming.
I've heard it.
Yeah. I think we could use that to strike a blow, even if it's dated.
I've already told Serval the reasons that he cannot be my wielder.
Oh, I raise my eyebrows at Serval.
She just says that while I am forever thankful for what Serval allowed me, laying the final strike upon the intellect devourer, he is a sailor with no real attachment to this city.
Ah,
Bartholomew, I am very concerned about the state of your house. but I can assure you that everything that I know will remain confidential. I have known Margasters to one degree or another my entire existence. Some have been great heroes, others terrible villains.
Hmm.
Knowing that you will one day be leading your house gives me hope for its future. However, you and I both know that I would be better suited in the hands of another.
Agreed.
Oscar,
As he's fallen asleep and is drooling on the blade.
I'd reach over, shake him.
If she could shake her head, she would.
I'll reach over
It's
and
like
shake
he's
his
just
shoulder.
sitting there shaking on the table.
Shake
Get
his
them
shoulder.
off me.
She says, Oscar,
Mommy, no, stop.
Oscar, you are an agent of chaos if one ever existed, and I fear that your tendencies would cause us both a great deal of frustration. However, you are possibly the most pure of heart entity I have ever come across, and you are truly dedicated to the defense of this city. For that alone, you have my admiration and gratitude.
Pure frustration.
Todrin,
Uh-huh.
you come from a great, well-respected house. I've never known an Amcathra to be anything other than honorable. However, we have different oaths to uphold. You serve the goddess of beauty, while I am dedicated solely to the defense of this city. And while those oaths may not be mutually exclusive, the fact remains that you and I would each be facing a problem. I have to put my oath first, you have to put yours first.
Perhaps while our goals align?
For the moment, I have a prospect for a new wielder. However, they are young and untrained.
Who
The
might...
rats?
Do we know them?
I would prefer not to speak of them at this time. However, for the time being, as I mentioned, I have business with the Xanathar Guild that remains unfinished. So, for now, one of you may wield me. Temporarily.
All right.
While none of you may be
Sorry.
able to wield me to my full capability.
I just look at Todrin.
Yeah, so that not wielding to full capability, that's because of the Xanathar
In
limiter?
part.
In
In
part.
part.
Okay.
In addition, because, as I mentioned earlier, my abilities come and go with the wielder and their dedication.
I see. Well, if it's not important who and more about the time frame, I do believe my training may present the best opportunity for your use. But I'm assuming you can do more than hit things.
At that point, the axe begins to glow and it just fills the room with this bright blue light. It says, indeed.
All right.
Get
Well,
home. Oh, sorry. What?
oh. Well, I would be honored to grant you a place at my side until you decide to no longer stay with me.
She says, when the time comes and our tasks are complete, I will ask to be relinquished to my chosen wielder. At that time, I expect there to be no argument or complaint. My decision will be final.
That's more than fair.
Very well.
We can discuss conflicts of interest in a short while, but I don't see that as being a major issue. But I agree. I agree to your terms.
Give me
In
just a minute. I'm going
fact,
to put her in your inventory here.
Yeah, as I pick her up and sheath her at my waist, I just say in my head, in fact, I may have time and or be willing to provide training to this young fella, whoever that may be.
Oh goodness, what have I done?
Uh-oh. Interesting.
Oh, I see what happened here. I've got the wrong link here. Sorry. One
Please
of the
have
problems with
message. Please have message.
he does not have message as
Damn
far
it!
as you know. Sorry about this. I'm having to find where I've got this
Take your
at.
time.
Here
Take
it
your
is.
time.
Here it is. Okay. So I'm going to assume you're going to take the time to attune to her.
Uh, yeah. While we're continuing our discussion, I'll focus on the axe.
Okay.
Oh,
So for right now, Azure Edge is a +1 axe, and she will inform you of these things. You can read that extensive description if you would like to.
okay. This is a one-handed battle axe, right?
It is a versatile weapon. You could use it two-handed if you
Could do
wished.
two-handed. There it is. Yep. Okay. So it looks like it's exactly the same damage as Masterwork Sword, except it's magic rather than silver.
Right.
Good to know. Okay.
And it gives you a +1 to attacks and damage.
Right.
So you,
Oh, okay. I see.
all right. So, and then she will tell you, Todrin,
Deep
we have to
sigh.
we have to find the gold and keep it out of the Xanathar Guild's hand, and to keep it out of the hands of anyone that would be willing to harm this city. That
All
includes
right.
this cult.
I'm not there. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, that I'm just thinking back to her. Yeah, that definitely aligns with my situation. I agree completely.
Let us be off then.
All right. So then I'll turn to them, clear my throat. Well, thank you for handling that, Serval. It was wise of you to visit the Blackstaff. We should have done that already. I feel terrible for not making that trip myself. That being said, let us discuss business. How shall we proceed with this tower?
What do we know about it?
What do we know about it? You said they Felrect filled us in on basics.
Yeah, it's a 2-story tower, and it's in the Sea Ward, so it's not very far. It's about halfway between your place and the Castellanter's place,
Okay.
I think. I'm gonna pull up the map here, and we're gonna take a better look at it. Yeah, it's a little closer to their place than it is to yours.
The big red dot's accurate, right? That's where we are. And the blue circle is the
It is
tower.
now.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
And the
Yeah, and
blue
the blue
circle is
circle is
tower.
the tower.
Okay, got it.
The lack of music, I've gotten so used to it that it's really bothering me.
Yeah, I hear you.
So yeah, you guys are only about 5 or 6 blocks away.
So it's a two-story tower. They mentioned 5 or 6 guard on rotation.
Yeah, something like that.
And
And
that the Lady Castellanter visits often?
Lady Rajnar owns the
Rajnar, the current owners, right.
right.
Do we know, have we been told about any relation other than this transaction between Castellanter and Rajnar?
Hang on, I'm adjusting stuff. Just give me a second. What was that?
Have we been given, like when Vincent told us all that stuff, or at other points. Have we been told about relations between Rajnar and Castellanter at all?
Not that you know of.
Okay.
So his fantasy run's being really, really slow for.
No, it's good for me. I
Okay.
mean, I can zoom in and out on the map seamlessly.
All right.
So Serval has an idea. Let's grab a flask of some good but not too good wine or ale, and let's go visit the guards that are over at that tower.
Why would we do that?
Because we can get a whole lot of information if we convince them that Serval can play the obnoxious sailor and just looking for people to.
I see.
That is not my strong suit. That's better suited for Taldrin and yourself, Serval.
I have a new suit. It's strong.
That, and I would say Oscar, but he doesn't know how to lie, so they'd ask him a question and he'd tell them what you're doing there for real.
Or he would say something completely off the wall. We don't know.
Off the wall
Exactly.
and
I will
somehow
stay off
still
the wall. You do not have to worry.
it's off the wall and yet somehow still incriminating. I'm with Bart on this one.
All right, all right.
That being said, yeah, I can put on. I mean, I don't know, guards. I feel like if we're trying to befriend them, my presence may be too intimidating and official. I think this is right up the alley for our friendly sailor. Unless you
Hey,
want me there, maybe I can wear a disguise, but my face is
maybe
known.
maybe maybe tone down the awesomeness of
Okay. I have a quick update on Rhythm. I just looked at their up and down thing. Apparently, they changed the token for Rhythm and didn't realize that that would make them have to reboot the whole thing. So it is currently offline across the board, and they are working on getting it back up as quickly as it can.
Nice.
So
Okay.
anyway, what do you guys want to do?
All right. Give me a minute, and I'm gonna head. Well, actually, Serval. How tall is Serval?
You
about 6 foot.
6'1" according to his
Oh, it's
stat sheet.
perfect. He's actually a little taller than me. I'm 6'0". So, all right. Sir, could I borrow some attire?
I don't see why not.
Because all my stuff is way too fancy for this.
Well, Serval dresses like a well-to-do sailor, not like the
Right, but
common
I'm
rabble.
straight up house colors, nobility, flashy for a
Full
house
on.
colors noble. Yeah, like
All
they
right,
see me,
so
they're like, Amcathra, holy shit.
well, we could actually play off of that if we're willing to drink a little bit beforehand.
Well, but I don't know if we want them to actually know even my house affiliation, much less my actual identity. The more distance we can keep from this, the better. Unless you had a plan for that.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows that he's really a Hufflepuff.
Nice.
House affiliation, Jesus Christ. I actually rather do like to slither in. So
Oh
All
God.
right. Well then, let's.
Wow.
anyway, we'll go to his room
let's.
or
We'll
Gryffindor's gonna
get
poop on you
Todrin
as it
dressed
flies
up.
over. I swear to God.
I have realized that was a fucking imp that shot on me, by the way. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. So yeah,
Nice.
we'll head to wherever he keeps
So
his shit and
at this point, you guys notice that there are two servals.
oh well, of
Smart
course.
ass.
Smart ass.
Well, let's get this done.
Well done, Oscar.
You didn't know it was Oscar, did you?
It's
Well,
quite handsome, so I don't know. it's hard
I'm
to
Oh,
say.
don't
jealous.
worry, you're still you, but I'm
Serval's
you
like,
also.
I'm jealous. You guys get to see this
Oh.
all the time.
nice.
Oh, Todd.
All right, let's
What was
let's
that?
Fucking Zane.
get me disguised, and I'll be your wingman.
So yeah, it's
Fantastic.
it's approaching probably midday by the time you guys get everything sorted out and have the discussion with Azure Edge and the Toon Tour and get this guys and all set up. So uh, you guys make your way over to where Chasso's Trot meets this corner of Sewell Street, where this tower is, and
We'd stop, pick up some liquor on the way.
well, I mean, you guys run a tavern.
Oh well, then on the way out
So,
the kitchen, we grab some.
on the way, Serval is kind of coaching Todrin how to be more sailor, less noble.
Yeah, slouch a little.
Swagger a little bit more than you normally do, considering your temple of
Right. Oh yeah, swagger's down, but maybe less rigid superiority, self
and then
righteousness.
how to the how to draw the words out a little bit more and a little less proper comment.
Hey Kai, how do I enlarge the tokens on these new ones?
I do
But
have a question when you get a chance.
it's up because of the thing is
Okay.
so you'd have to zoom in and then you can see him better.
I'm wondering if the combat enhancer is the reason it's being as slow as it is for me.
You're
What's
the
slow?
server, aren't
It's just ever zooming in and everything is really, really slow on all these men.
Maybe a restart of Fantasy Guns for you. We can all
No,
reconnect.
it's fine. Ooh,
you? Well, Kason, you're
This is
the
a really big
server,
map.
so maybe that's taking a little bit of a toll with your computer and the internet connections.
Well, it's
I'm sorry,
normally
what?
fine.
I'm just saying, I don't know.
It should be
That's the
fine.
only thing I can think of offhand.
Anyway, so yeah, you guys approach this tower and you see that there is there are two House Rajnar guards outside, and you see the house colors on them, and if you zoom in close, you can see the tokens there.
Okay.
So as we get in sight, we start. I cue Todrin to act, a little bit more, a little bit, maybe a little bit like we've been day drinking type,
Yeah,
a little loose.
I'll be behind and to his left and just mimic his posture and mannerisms as best I can.
There you go. I posted that into the general channels for Serval to see.
Nice. Is that a bird?
Yes.
Diving
Huh.
hawk.
Is it a hawk?
I'm
I
not
have no
entirely
idea what
sure
that's.
what I'm not sure what kind of bird it's supposed to be.
It's got a
But anyway,
yeah. Anyway, but yeah. So
so
I'm walking behind him. I'm trying to mimic his posture and mannerisms as we walk up to them.
okay. Yeah, they don't even seem to raise an eyebrow as you guys approach.
So, and Serval's just regaling Todrin with, stories about the pirate hunting that he's done and such. And as we walk closer to the guards, kind of turn to kind of angle ourselves to go towards them a little bit. And once we get nearby them, Serval turns to Todrin and kind of points at the guards and goes, "These guys."
Yeah, these guys.
You guys get stuck with some crappy, crappy jobs, but you do it and you do it well, and it discourages a lot of problems. You know what? You want a drink?
You,
Here, have
you,
a drink with us.
you guards have it rough.
All right, guys, roll. I almost want to call it a deception check.
Oh yeah, well it is for me. Maybe it's persuasion for him.
All right. Uh,
I don't know. It's definitely deception for me.
either I think it's probably the same check either way, but
Okay.
go ahead and roll deception, Todrin, and persuasion for Serval.
16.
Persuasion. Oh my god. 17
Nice.
with a 7.
16 and a 17. Okay. So the one that's closer doesn't even hesitate and reaches out for the bottle. It's like, damn straight we do. You have no idea how hard this has been lately. And the other one's kind of like, hey, we're on the job. That does look kind of good.
Well, it gets the job done, right?
Well, that's the only thing
Makes
that matters.
time so much easier to deal with when you've got good company and good drink.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so these two guys both step away from the door and they're interacting with you and sharing the drinks with you guys.
Speaking of good company, what all goes on here? What do you have to watch out for?
Hmm, I mean, nothing really. It's hadn't been any trouble.
You see, and it's because you gentlemen stand here and put up with this crap. That's the reason why there are no problems around here. Good on you, gentlemen, and I'm sorry it's such a shitty freaking job. But I love you for it, man.
I'm just like awkwardly, yeah, man.
Do you guys like throw your arms around him or what?
No, I don't.
Not quite that. Not quite
Okay.
there, but yeah, gonna spend time just, liquoring them up and, getting just super friendly with them
Hmm.
and just to get them to relax.
So while they are doing this, what are Bartholomew and Oscar doing?
Well, Bart actually is going to start trying to figure out where he can go to figure out what kind of properties the Castellanters own in the city because he gets the feeling that this isn't the only building that they have.
Well, this isn't owned by the Castellanters. This is owned by
Not
House
Cast.
They're
Rajnar.
interested.
Well, the
Yeah.
only right, but they probably own other buildings or are looking to buy other buildings for
Yeah,
some reason.
other buildings and other holdings might indicate where they're holding their black mass or whatever the heck you want to
Right,
call.
something,
Okay,
whatever it
so
is.
where would you go to find this information out?
Um,
Could
I don't
always
even.
try Forest Gray. They might be able to direct you with that information.
Would that be somewhere in the Mages and Protectors, or would that be somewhere in some sort of like city building? I don't even know, man.
Well, there are records held in various,
Let
you
me
know.
tell you what, I don't know much about this stuff. And the only person I do know that has any idea about any of this is my dad.
If you want to go back and talk to him, you can.
I don't want to go back and talk to him.
You do have Harper friends
I
that
do
call
have
in.
Harper. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm going to go to. Yeah. Look at you. Thank you. Right on, Lanner. I'm going to go.
I'm just gonna remind you with your keen mind, you've got paper birds too, so you could be with them if you wanted to and just send a paper bird.
I'm not going to send a paper bird.
Okay.
Right now, the City Watch is watching me, and imps are watching me. If I send a paper bird, it can easily be intercepted.
That's a good point. Did we notice tailing guards on our way over here?
Roll a perception check.
Well, even if they did, I mean, would they care?
There's
We're
two
out
rolling
day
guards in
drinking.
front of you.
Yeah, you guys didn't notice anyone that was specifically following you.
Did we see the guards outside
Or
the
should I roll one for
tavern?
Serval? He got a 15 if so.
Yeah, you guys didn't notice anything out of the ordinary as far as that goes.
So we didn't
Okay.
notice them following us, but when we left the tavern, was the normal 2 guards out front?
There were 2 city watchmen. Alice Caldona was not among them.
Okay. Okay.
Uh,
Cool.
She can't always be there.
She also
Yeah,
went missing when we were in jail. Something might have happened to her.
we can only hope.
We can only hope. Exactly.
Todrin shouldn't say
I
that.
mean,
Well, that's
your last
not
one has
Todred.
made.
You
so
trying to
meanwhile,
get me in
Oscar,
trouble?
Yes. Haha.
What
Oscar,
you
Act
don't
like a
know
paladin.
can't get you in.
meanwhile,
Nice.
Oscar, what are you up to?
I have turned into a cat and I'm climbing the back of the building.
All right.
Look at
Before I
Oscar.
go, though, I'm gonna look for for Oscar.
So being a cat, you've got a climb speed, and this is a, there's
30 feet.
this is a brick wall, so it's not difficult to climb your way up. There's plenty of. I mean, I've seen cats climb brick walls. It's not even funny. They don't struggle at all until they get to the top and can't get back down. So, yeah, you have no problem climbing up, and there are 6 arrow slit style windows that are evenly spaced around the back and around the 3 in the back and 3 in the front. There's not one directly across from the fireplace though.
Right. I'm climbing up here. I'm gonna. Oh, I can do this. Oh, I can't as a player. I'll
What are you trying to
basically
do?
be entering that one there.
Okay.
So it'll take me 2
So
turns to
it's
get up
it's
to it.
actually going to be up on the higher of these 2. Just give me 1 second. I'm trying to clear off this so you can actually see what you're doing.
That is not necessarily necessary.
Okay. For some reason, it's just not working.
Check the layers button.
Yeah, this thing is really okay. I'm just gonna remove the thing because it's every time I click, it's delayed like 5 seconds. I don't know what that's about, but I'm just gonna remove the mask. So
And this is a really big map, so
yeah, how do I remove the mask?
it's Control or Alt, I think. It's whichever one's blue. Opposite of that. Might be Shift.
There we go. Okay, sorry.
Oh,
So yeah,
there we go. Perfect.
what you see inside though, how far inside do you go?
How far can a cat fit in the arrow slit?
I mean, it's an arrow slit. It's not very wide, but a cat is a tiny creature. I'd say they can slip through.
Yay, I slipped through.
All right.
Gotta sit here
Could
and lick
always
my
be an
paws.
octopus.
I'm looking around.
So you see there is a dwarf man and a gnomish woman. You see their backs, and they're talking to 2 other people that are just out of sight.
Straight up silhouettes.
They're
It was,
ghosts.
it was the best I had.
That is so cool. They're talking to someone else, like
Yeah,
behind that post or something.
uh, roll me a perception check and a stealth check while you're at it.
Stealth check is 19.
Oh, that's right. Okay. They do not seem to notice you as you make your way in. right.
21 actually in
So-
cat mode.
What you hear is guild talk. It's business, and it is you've got to get this place fixed up. And one of them's talking about the plumbing. One of them's talking about the masonry and the floor tiles. One of them's talking about getting the roof fixed. One of them's talking about plumbing that's not even existent. And it sounds like they are just throwing everything in the kitchen sink at the person who owns this place.
Nice. Is there anything to eat in this little alcove?
Give me just a second. That is a fireplace.
Oh, then I'm gonna go downstairs.
Okay. So as you make your way down the stairs, you don't really notice anything down there. How far do you want to go?
Till I
There's
find something to eat.
there's another set of stairs that goes down into what appears to be a cellar.
Oh no.
Sure.
Okay.
And there's nobody else. It's just all the people at the top.
You do not see anyone else as you go down. Actually, roll me a perception check as you're making your way down.
I'm gonna go get some
So-
chocolate milk while Oscar does this. Be right back.
Okay. You hear the distinct flapping of wings behind you.
A dragon?
Or an imp?
This is indoors, right?
This is indoors.
Ground floor.
Cellar.
Like behind me up the stairs, or
Yeah, it's like coming behind you.
oh, I'm gonna scamper under this.
Okay. When you get to the back room, what you notice is there's a teleportation circle.
That seems like a good place to hide.
Hmm.
Okay.
Anything happen when I get on it?
Give me
You have
just a
to
second.
cast the spell to trigger it, don't you?
Are you trying to trigger it?
No, I'm trying to hide.
Okay.
He's trying to trigger it incidentally.
Roll me a dex save. Okay. So as you're tapping around in here, this old teleportation circle,
Padding softly.
uh, the
Sorry.
door the door closes behind you, and you're click.
I freeze and close my eyes. I can't see them. They can't see me.
What the fuck? What is happening?
So you wait, and you wait, and nothing happens. And Todrin and Todrin and Serval. In the meantime, you eventually see Lady Rajnar comes outside, and she is. These three people are all around her. As the guards are standing there drinking, they both look at each other and kind of push the drink back to you and hurry back to where they're supposed to
Serval
be.
takes it and, kind of helps them kind of nonchalant turn Todrin around
Okay, I'm back.
and start walking the other way
And so
slowly.
it looks like Lady Rajnar is so busy with these three guild members that she doesn't even notice that the guards aren't where they're supposed to be. But she's trying to shoo them away and just says, "I'll tend to it. Don't worry about it. It's," and just looks like she is at her wit's end with these people.
And I'm sorry, you said guild members. What guild?
like
From the
masons and such.
yeah, you can see that one of them is a member of the just based on the colors they're wearing and your familiarity with how the guilds in the city work. They all kind of wear like each one has a different color that they wear.
Hmm.
One of them's from the Carpenters, Roofers, and Plasterers Guild. One of them's from the Sellers and Plumbers Guild, and one of them is from the Guild of Stonecutters, Masons, Potters, and Tile Makers.
Hmm.
And she looks like they have just been
Badgering her.
badgering her. Yeah, exactly.
Is the state of repair on the tower bad?
It's as far as the C ward goes, it has seen better days.
So it's bad for the Sea Ward.
It's bad for the C ward. If this were the South ward, this would be fine. If this was the Dock ward, this would be fine.
Okay. 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 Uh, do guild members pester property owners to get repairs done? In my
Yes.
experience, is that the impression I get here?
So roll me an
They're
insight check
Are
first.
they like marketing? They're trying to sell their skills.
Yeah, roll an insight check.
15.
So yes, but seeing three of them do it at once is unusual.
Okay.
Like this seems excessive even for that.
Right.
Maybe someone heard that
She's trying to sell.
Catlanter is trying to.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
And she's, like minutes go by and she's still like trying to get them to leave and they won't.
Um, as we're like kind of standing in the area, can I listen in and see if I can get any more from the conversation?
Uh, it's going to be the same thing. Just they are trying to get her to agree to repairs and
Okay, cool. So it
to
is
agree
definite.
to yeah. It's
After a moment, Serval kind of detaches from Todrin and starts wandering towards them. And when he gets a little bit closer, he's like, "Hey, oi, you there! Leave the woman alone already."
I'll follow him. I don't know what
so
he's doing, but I'm walking behind him.
this dwarf that's wearing the colors of the Stonecutters Guild kind of looks over at you. And he goes, "This is none of your business."
Well, can't you see that the woman is already at her wits' end with you? Give her some space if you want to actually make your sale. This is not how you make a sale,
I'll
especially
just
with a human. You're a dwarf, and you might badger other dwarves into buying, but that's not how you deal with especially a noble woman. Look at her.
I just mumble vultures.
So Serval's just trying. Can I get like a persuasion check to try to shame them
I'm
into,
going to say it's going to be an
kind of come
intimidate.
to her rescue?
Ooh, you
For
gonna intimidate.
for shaming them, it's going to be an intimidation check.
Ooh,
Yeah.
25.
With that, the dwarf kind of grumbles, and they all three of them turn away. And the lady looks to you guys and she says, "Thank you."
First of all, I'm sorry.
Ma'am,
As a noble, have I ever interacted with this woman?
You have not interacted with her. You are vaguely aware of who she is.
Okay,
She's
good.
a
I just
house
want to make
watch.
sure she's not going to recognize my face. Cool. Sorry, go ahead, Serval.
ma'am, you don't seem to deserve any of that, and I was not going to stand idly by and let them badger you like that. So I hope you have a fantastic day, my lady, and take care of yourself. We need more good nobles in this city right now, more than ever.
Thank you.
And then start, well,
Does she seem? I don't want to phrase this like. Does she really appreciate us? Is she being human about it, or is she being snobby and?
Roll me an
can we
insight
get an
check.
insight?
Yeah, both of you go ahead and roll one, or one with advantage.
17 for Todrin.
16 for Serval.
Okay. Um,
Like, could
Sleep with like
Serval charm her maybe a little bit?
are you trying to cast a spell or what?
No, 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 no. Be charming, not
Oh, okay.
charm like casting spell. No, 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 no. Be charming, and would she be receptive to him at
So
this point, or does he need to move?
the best you guys can tell, it looks like she is frustrated with the people that you guys just got to leave, and she is indeed thankful for that. But now she's going to turn around and go inside. Like
Right.
All right. Well,
she's not going to
Serval's
be
going to
polite enough to offer you a drink or to come inside or anything like that.
fantastic. Serval is just kind of gestures towards her, and like a cheers moment, and when she's back inside, he walks over to her guards, and I see why you work for her. That's fantastic.
Kai, the answer to your question is yes.
Oh well.
Yeah, let's get back to him. What the fuck?
So Oscar, when you cast the daylight spell, the room lights up, and
You can cast spells as a cat?
it's a good question. Are you still a cat?
I think so. Should be. Let me check.
Sorry, I just
I'm
want to
not
make
sure if
sure.
that's in 3.5 there was a feat that allowed that.
Can't
Since
cast
then, there's been a
spells,
lot of.
speak, or take any action that require hands.
Sorry, dude.
That's fair. I don't think you can talk as a cat, so
Yeah, semantic would be a bit of a bitch.
somatic.
Then I
Semantic.
will
Semantic, thank you.
That's semantic.
revert using a
Shut
bonus
up.
action.
Semantics.
And move past.
All right. So when you cast the spell, like I said, the room lights up. It's 10 foot across in like square room. The teleportation circle. Roll me a perception check.
Who's
You have
rolling?
some.
Oh,
This
Oscar.
is Oscar.
Perception or Arcana?
Go ahead and roll both.
Fantastic.
So as far as the Arcana check, I mean it's a dusty room. The teleportation circle probably hasn't seen a whole lot of use just based on that. The perception check, again, it's just a really dusty room.
Okay, I will leave.
Click. It just won't open.
I'm sorry, Door. I was completely descriptive. I open you and I leave.
It doesn't open.
Fine. I take out my tools and I pick the lock.
Okay. I'll go ahead and roll a lockpick check.
Haha! Take that.
18, nice.
That's
So-
not bad at all.
No trouble at all. You open the door, and I need you to roll initiative.
Oh, no problem at all. Roll initiative.
I'm first.
I'm first. Ha ha ha.
Let's see here. Actually, you're not.
Oh, shit.
So
And this is why we're schmoozing up the lady out front, right?
yeah. Oscar, something flies right over your head, and you just hear a whoosh as it goes over your head and into the room.
I immediately get out and slam the door closed. Well,
Nice.
what is my turn?
All right, and so yeah, these guards take their positions back where they're supposed to be. Oscar, it's your turn.
I will go and slam the door back with my foot.
That's
All of a sudden,
awesome.
you just hear inside just, God damn it!
Ah! Put my tools away and go up the stairs.
All right, how far do you go?
That's probably as far because I'll kind of like slow down to put my stuff away.
Okay.
So like
Serval
halfway
and
between the two.
Serval, Bart, Todrin, what are you guys up to?
Bart's not there.
Okay.
Bart stayed home because he was like, I'm not gonna go smoothie up some gods. What the hell's wrong with you guys?
So Serval's probably going to be, offering the guards drink again, or you know,
So if Oscar went with them, I went to the yawning portal.
All right. Todrin, what are you up to?
While she is out front, and the two guards are there, just as a feeling, I'm gonna go ahead and pop Divine Sense while Serval's got their attention and talking them up. I'm just gonna breathe deep, see if I can catch any.
And what's the distance?
Oh, I was just looking at that. 60 feet.
So right at the outside edge of your 60 feet, you do in fact sense a fiendish presence up on the rooftop.
I'll turn and
When
look.
when you look, you don't see anything.
Son of a bitch. Um, is that's on a rooftop away and behind
No, this is
us?
it's on top of this tower.
On top of the tower. Okay. Well, that's my action. I'm clearly on alert now. I'm looking at it. Uh,
trying to see it.
yeah, I'll
And
just try to.
Serval's just over there talking up the guards, going, "Hey, you guys,
Okay.
you
Are you
guys."
doing are you doing anything else with
That was my action, and I'll just use whatever else I have to watch it.
okay.
And that's my turn.
Serval, what about you?
Just turning on the charm on the guards, trying to be buddy buddy with them, and
Okay.
offering them more drink now that the lady's out of sight.
Yeah, and she goes inside with that and
And there, it's like she's having a rough day. She's not worried about you guys. You guys are out here having a rough day, just standing out here. It's got to be boring watching all these stuffy guilds people walking around trying to.
Oh, that's cool. They added a round 2.
That is
that's been
handy.
there.
I like how just imagining Serval's up there talking to them, and behind him he just hears, and then, as I actually
I
notice.
think
Oh,
that would probably require a perception check on my point.
That's fair.
I
That's
see
fair.
what you mean. I see what you mean now, Drax. Oscar, roll me a. Actually, what's your passive perception?
Oscar, you mean Serval?
No,
Or no,
Oscar.
Oscar. Okay.
42.
42.
15 actually.
You hear that door behind you open.
Uh-oh. It's coming for you.
The door behind him.
Yeah,
There
the
was
the
another
door
door.
that he just came out of.
Oh, it's my turn though, right?
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm gonna scamper up the stairs.
Back up them? Or down them?
Yeah, he's in the basement. He's going upstairs.
Oh, right.
So that's the same chimney that I would recognize, right?
Yeah.
All right, I will run this direction then
Well, the
to the
stairs
door.
go from this direction to this direction. So unless you want to climb up and out, you have to go up the stairs that way. Where you see the little arrow.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So I came up the stairs here.
Up the
You know,
stairs to here. That's the top of those stairs.
You see Lady Rajnar standing there. She just looks at you and she goes. You see this smile curl across her lips, and she says, "And who are you?"
Uh-oh.
She likes the coat.
yes. I do the old like hands on the lapel thing that I've seen Tadra and Bart do before. Greetings, I am Tadra. I am Kaf.
Oh shit! Fuck!
She says, "I'm sorry. Can you repeat that name for me?"
No!
No,
No, I can't repeat that name. Lucky I got it right the first
I
time.
need to stop everything. I just need to stop everything and rewind like 30 minutes here when we were talking. And I was like, don't take Oscar. And we were like, yeah, because he says things. And you were like, yeah, he says really odd things that are still somehow incriminating.
Yep.
Boom.
Yep.
All right, continue.
Yep. It's not like we wanted him to be there.
We don't know he's there.
Nope. We don't even know he's not with you.
She says, "And so, what brings you to my tower, Lord Ancathra?"
Fuck me.
Oh, she knows who you are.
No, that was my mistake. She just knows what he told her. What? Yeah,
Well, she'd recognize the name M. Cathra,
yeah.
at least.
I lost a cat here earlier, and I was just looking for it.
Well, where would it have gone?
Well, I went downstairs, and then uh, I had to leave, so I don't know.
What'd you find? What did you find downstairs?
There's a very bright light.
Oh,
Have you seen it? You should go down, and I step out of the way so she can.
she says, "No, that's fine. Come with me.
Oh, do you do you have food?
I can arrange something.
Oh, okay
This
then.
way." She goes up the stairs. So yeah,
I whisper to my rats. She totally bought it.
So,
roll a stealth check, Kai, for for that.
so really quickly,
Hold on, I clicked the wrong button.
I know they didn't want Oscar to go with them, and I searched for Oscar. I couldn't find him. About halfway to the yawning portal, I'm just gonna be like, wait a minute.
Just take a deep breath and go,
Oh,
damn.
Yep. If
That
he's
mission went
not,
surprisingly well. Where is Oscar?
yeah. I'm just like, wait a minute. If he's not with me, damn it. And I start heading towards the tower.
You're like at least 20 minutes away.
That's fine.
He can pick up our dead body parts off the walls.
So, what are you guys doing outside?
Um, did Serval notice Todrin's deep breath, deep breathing?
My
I don't
divine
think we
sense.
ascertained that.
I'd say probably so. You know what he does when he does it.
I've noticed. So at that, Serval's probably going to tense up a little bit and kind of give Todrin an incredulous look.
And I
Hmm?
look, I catch his eye and I say, "Did you hear that?" Gesturing inside.
Or what?
sounded like identity theft.
I'm not sure what I heard. Did you
Sound
gentlemen hear something?
sounded like something fell over inside.
Oh,
Is everything all right in there?
I hope
One of them looks at the other one and says, "I didn't hear anything."
eh,
Guys, roll me
Sounds like
deception
identity
checks.
theft.
Sounds like identity theft. I got a
That's the
6.
best line of the night.
Roll a deception for Serval.
Oh, sorry. Aw, 12.
You see one of them turn to the door, and he opens it just a little bit. And he says, "Come on out here." And two more guards come out of the back.
Why did I roll a deception check?
Because we were trying to convince them we heard something inside.
I wasn't trying to. I didn't hear anything. I asked them
Oh.
if they heard something. I wasn't trying to convince them of anything.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were on the same page as me.
Yeah, I thought you guys were working together. My bad. Either way.
Oh,
Move.
Serval is trying to like figure out what's triggering. Like he's genuinely like, what do you mean something's going on? I didn't hear it. What? Huh? Did you hear? What?
The one of them that you guys have been drinking with says, you guys should probably move on.
Yeah, I think we will. Well, gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. Good sharing drinks with you.
When the door is open,
Mm-hmm.
can I see past them inside? I mean, there's probably not anything to see, but
You
I
really couldn't see anything.
yeah, okay, that's fine.
It looks old. It looks kind of, I don't want to say decrepit, but for this part of town, it's not the best looking.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
But as far as furniture or anything like that, you didn't notice anything inside in that entry hall. Meanwhile, Oscar, Lady Rajnar has taken a seat here next to the fireplace, and she's offers you, and she says, "Have a seat."
I take a seat and I move it right next to her.
She says, "So what brings you here?"
Plumbing, mostly. There's a distinct lack of it here. There's many renovations needing to be helped. Were my associates clear with you about what you needed to do?
Damn.
Roll me a deception check with disadvantage, Mr. Amcathra.
I keep changing the stat instead of clicking the die. Oh dear.
Ooh,
She
And
4.
looks.
when I say plumbing, I look up.
She looks at you and she says, "You're obviously not with Lord Castellanter. And judging by the name Amcathra, I would say that you're with that little adventuring band that they've got going, aren't you?"
Bartholomew. Yes.
Bartholomew who?
You want a rodeo? What?
What is his last name?
Castle Lantern.
Castle Lantern.
She just shakes her head a little bit and she says, "Why are you really here?"
Oh, I'm
Have
Hasn't
you ever wanted to
everybody heard?
climb a tower?
I've got a
Like
quick
as a cat?
question. Hasn't everybody already heard about Oscar being a part of our band and him winning the deal?
Really, the
I
snazzy
mean,
jacket
there's
should give it away.
It's not uncommon.
ah.
but it is uncommon.
It is though.
She says, "Well, even if
It
you
is
don't,
though.
even if you don't know why you're here, I do know why you're here."
Uh-oh.
Oh, good. We're in agreement.
Are you? Are those your friends outside?
Yes,
Tell them to come on up.
but they're outside.
Just shout out the window.
Ah, of course.
And
I
he
go to the
meows like a cat out the window, yowls like a cat.
so I go to the back window that I came in from, and I yell out, "Friends!"
Guys, roll perception checks.
So Serval's trying to
Uh,
lead me away, and I'm kind of looking back over my shoulder because I'm still like trying to see that fiend that I sensed. And that's when this happens. Perception. Here we go. Hiya! Oh, god damn it. 4.
Oh,
Roll one
sorry.
for Serval too.
I'm a little slow-witted. 17.
Serval, you hear just the softest sound and coming from behind the tower of what is clearly Oscar's voice.
Friends, anyone
Oscar's
up here?
Oscar's back at the manor, right?
You asked me that?
Yes.
I thought so, but you kind
And
of missed my drift there. I smelt fiend on top of that tower.
I looked at Todrin with a like we should have thought about this moment and just kind of big sigh, shoulders droop, head droops.
Where am I at this?
Let's go get Oscar. He's somewhere. I think I heard him somewhere behind the tower.
Oh, you did. Well, that
Yeah.
son of a bitch.
Bart, by now, I'm going to say that you're approaching and you see them heading back behind the back of the tower.
Really? Already?
I don't want to get you guys too far away from each other.
Nice. I just see you guys. Oh, what? Hello, guys. Have you seen Oscar?
No, he was supposed to be with you.
Serval's just got his shoulders and his head down, just like motions for everybody to follow him. Is there okay? What is the properties around this tower? Like, are there like open fields that we could walk around to go to the back of the tower?
It's more like alleys and houses and like tenements and that kind of thing. There is a yard area behind the house.
Would we be trespassing to get around to the back of? If we can get around to the back of the tower without trespassing, that's what Serval wants to do.
Yeah, you don't think so. It'll be fine.
All right, so I heard him this way.
So
And I lead
Oscar,
the
it's
guys kind of around to the back of the tower and looking
so
around. Oscar, where are you?
Oh, they are down there. I'll get up.
Oscar!
Take out some rope, and I start to drop the rope down.
Out the
Yeah.
arrow slit?
yeah, you guys see this rope just appears, gets thrown out the arrow slit. And meanwhile, Lady Rajnar is sitting behind you, just in this comparative. I mean, the rest of the place is a mess, but it looks like she has moved in a little bit of stuff. She's just sitting in this nice leather couch chair that's just right in front of the fireplace, and she just watches you, and she's just smiling. She goes, "Dear, I don't think that's going to work."
Oh, okay. Just let the rope drop.
And then I fireball the arrow slit.
Kaboom!
Good thing I just moved away.
Whoops. I think Bart has gone postal. We've got Tim, the
It was
man.
a joke. It was a joke. It got the intended results.
Where I shall name you Tim.
What?
So, Esvele Rajnar calls to her men to let you all in, and so the four of you eventually do join her upstairs in her tower, and
As we're going,
Friends.
she never leaves the chair. She's still sitting there, kicked back, and
Kason, point of order. Since Todrin has obviously sensed something foul, Serval's going to be on high alert, and I think Todrin probably would be.
Oh god,
yeah.
yeah. I'm looking for any sign. I've only got 1 sense left though. I had used that already.
If you use it, When do you use it?
I haven't yet. I'm just using my eyes and looking.
Okay. Everybody roll me perception checks then.
Alright.
Haha, Oscar's a fiend.
Serval got a 15.
He may not be a fiend, but he's a felon. Identity
Bart
theft
got
is
a
a felony.
5.
What'd you do,
And
Drax?
I got
that's
a
all.
5.
Okay.
You got a 15.
So, Oscar, once again, you hear this flapping of wings, and this creature, whatever it is, seems to settle right on that wall as the three of them are entering the room.
Ah, balls. I never summoned Miss Diana.
Try to be careful that that thing doesn't poop on you.
What thing?
Is it visible, or do I just sense it?
You do not see anything. You hear the flapping of wings, and just
Oh,
with a 23, you can tell that's where it landed.
sorry, there was a flapping wing thing, just like back in the
As
the
soon as
thing.
I hear that, I'm gonna take my deep breath as I'm walking around in this room here.
Okay, yeah, you sense a fiend right where he's pointing.
Yeah, I'm gonna shout, "Fiend!"
No,
Pointing,
Oscar.
pointing straight at it.
Then everybody roll initiative again. Let me clear it first, and then everybody roll initiative now.
Hey, I beat
Oh
10.
boy.
So even though it's invisible, he can still sense it.
As
Yeah.
long as it doesn't have total cover.
Serval got a 17. I got a 13.
So Todrin, you're gonna be the first one to go.
Yes. So yeah, I point at it, pull my sword. No. Ooh.
Ooh!
Ooh.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
I
Whoa!
reach for the sword, and then I'm like, wait.
You feel excuse me in
Yeah,
your head.
exactly. Polite cough. I'll reach down and grab Azure Edge by the handle, and I'm like, all right, let's see what you got in my head. And I'm going to slash at this thing.
So roll it with disadvantage because the creature you're trying to attack is invisible.
Okay. Hiya! Wow.
This is totally gonna be
Ooh.
her familiar.
Uh, you don't, you do not land a hit on it.
Not with the first one. And then with the second one, much better.
Oh,
23.
nice.
Yep, that'll do it.
Sick.
So I'm gonna go ahead and just put him on here on the.
This is gonna be so cool.
Bonk.
Chunk.
There you go. All right, roll damage on him.
Okay. It's a D10 plus 5, so I'll just roll it manually.
It is a D10 plus 5
Yeah.
plus 2d6 radiant.
Holy shit. So 3 plus
Yeah.
5 is 8 plus 2d6 radiant 1. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 9 of it radiant.
Poof. Dead.
Chunk.
There's just a
That's
puff of
fucking
smoke
awesome.
where the invisibility goes away. You hardly even feel anything as you connect with this thing, and it all that hits the ground is just ichor. And Lady Rajnar is looking around the pillar in the middle of the tower and at you as you do this, and she says, "What was that?"
She's
I just,
surprisingly calm.
right. I just calmly lower the axe and wipe the blade off on Serval's tunic that I'm wearing. I'm just like, that,
Figures.
my lady, was a spy.
So,
A spy.
I'm just
assuming
like,
it was a
God
spy.
damn it, they're everywhere.
I hope it was a spy, and I'm eyeing her. What's her reaction to this? Like, is Serval right? Is she not surprised at
Uh,
all?
roll me insight checks for you and Serval.
8 for me. Come on, Serval. Come on, Serval.
Drax, can you roll me
Oh,
insight?
God damn it. Roll. There we go.
8 as well.
She is really hard to read.
But she's calm.
She seems to be pretty calm.
Serval walks over to the stain and has prestidigitation to clean it up.
That is the
She's
remains of a fiendish spy. Imp, I believe.
Well, milady, we have been hounded by these things since we found out about how extensive the cult of Asmodeus is in this city. And, well, I certainly hope that it was spying on you and not your servant.
no, it's not my servant.
Okay. Um,
Okay.
we we find that the more attention is paid to House Castellanter, the more these things appear. That's kind of a curious circumstance, don't you think?
What do you know about House Castellanter?
Ruh-roh.
Way more than you would believe.
Try me.
Well, ma'am, to be honest, trust is earned, and at this point, I don't have much reason to trust you. In fact, the only reason why we're here is because of Castellanter's interest in this property.
She's fine. She has a very nice couch.
She says
Yes, she does indeed, doesn't she? That is beautiful.
she's looking directly at Serval and she glances over at Todrin briefly and she says, Lord Amcathra here was trespassing. And she's pointing at Oscar.
I look behind me.
Oh, no, he didn't.
Oh, Oscar! Ma'am, our well-meaning friend here is actually the winner of the
I'm
race
sure he is.
and will be a part of the parade here shortly.
Well, that is if he's not in jail for trespassing. So
Yes,
here's how this
indeed.
is going to work. You're going to tell me everything you know about the Castellanters, or he's going to jail.
Oh, you'd put Mr. Castellantern
Oscar,
in
I'm
jail?
sorry. Oscar, I'm sorry you're going to jail.
And she says, very well. And she stands up and she approaches
Unless,
the
ma'am,
arrow slit.
you're willing to give us reason to trust you a little bit more than we do right now. Because, quite honestly, we just don't know you.
Actually, my lady, I may have a function I can serve here. Would a zone of truth serve you? A little back and forth?
She kind of eyes you. She goes, let's roll a persuasion check.
He's very good at the back and forth.
The to and
Gross.
fro.
The to and fro. 21.
And she says, sure.
All right, so
Back and forth just makes me think of two people pooping back and forth.
I think, given the
Why?
circumstances,
I don't know. I heard that somewhere, and that's all that phrase makes me
one
think of.
one for one would be fair. I will cast this upon you and my man Serval here.
Well,
So
the way it works is it's a zone. It's a diameter, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a area, or at
oh,
least
that's
that's
true.
what I
Yeah.
remember from
Yep.
previous.
It would affect everybody. Okay.
All right.
So
So
sorry. Let me say that again. Then
what's your?
let's
Go ahead.
first of all, just to let you know, I will know if you fight this. So honesty deserves honesty, and let's
So
make this a fair ground of 1 for 1.
she rolled a 17 on her check.
I haven't cast it yet.
She rolled a 17 when you do cast it.
Okay.
So
Well, I let her know beforehand that I will know if she fights it and succeeds or fails.
She goes, very well.
Okay, and then when I roll it, I don't actually know what my DC is. 8 plus my charisma plus proficiency.
Right.
So 12 plus 3, so 15.
Should be on the sheet there.
Do any of the rest of you fight it?
No.
Serval won't.
Okay.
I
And it
mean,
works
Todrin
on me
knows
as
when they're
well,
not
huh?
online, so.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, you know what? I will fight it.
All right. Roll a check.
What
Good
is it?
call.
Wisdom?
Charisma saving throw.
Charisma save. Sorry, Bart. It's a charisma
Charisma
save.
save. There we go.
Wow. Rolled 3, 4.
It wouldn't do it. So 2 on the first one.
Okay. So yeah, you fail it. Todrin, you sense that everyone in the room except for her is currently under it.
See, I told you I would know.
I
This
know.
defeats it. Okay, all right.
No,
I'm
it
gonna.
doesn't defeat it. I know that you'll be honest, and your friend will be honest.
Such a creature can be evasive in its answers as long as it remains. Until the spell ends, it's not concentration, so this stays up for 10 minutes. I can't turn it off.
Mm. I think most spells like this you could dispel it, can't you? At least
I
you
don't think
could.
so. I think unless it's
Not without
concentration, it's there for
concentration.
yeah. It's there
What?
for
Or
the
dispel
duration.
magic.
Fuck. This
So,
bitch. I'm casting it again. I cast it again. Fuck this bitch.
all right.
Wait, okay.
She rolled a 2.
Yeah!
Plus
Both
18.
both my fucking second
She
level
rolled
spells.
she rolled a natural 2 plus uh nowhere near enough. I'll just say that.
So she's grinning when she's like, I know your friends will be honest. And I cast it again, and her grin fades, and I grin.
No, her grin doesn't fade.
Oh, she doesn't
She
know, huh?
she leans up against the wall and just
Oh, okay, cool. Yep, now I'm grinning too. That was a bad way to start this.
I don't see why.
Uh,
Oh, she's amused, Todrin. She's amused by this. This is,
hmm.
you know,
The fact
something, a
remains.
novelty for her.
The fact remains. Either you tell me everything you know about the Castellaners, or your friend here is going to jail.
Well, ma'am, the fact remains that we need reason to trust you. I know you want an edge on what's his name, Vitello,
Victorio.
Victorio. I know you want
Victoro.
Damn
an
it.
edge on Victoro.
Close.
So she comes around and sits back in this comfortable leather couch, and she says, "All right. So what is it that you want?"
Well, ma'am, how much do you know about this tower?
I asked first.
Just a point of order here. It doesn't say anything about excluding me, so I also need to make a save.
Uh, unless you want to
Mm,
go to it automatically yourself.
No, neither
I
time.
don't think you have to there, Todrin.
I do. It says on until the spell ends, a creature that enters it or starts its turn there. It does not
All right.
exempt me at all. So
So roll a check.
two
Yeah, roll a
charisma
check.
saves. I passed the first one, and I passed the second. I can lie,
Okay.
but I don't say anything yet.
She goes, I asked first.
Okay. I'm not going to tell you everything unless I have a compelling reason to trust you with everything.
How about we
I
tell her
will
whose
tell
spy that
you.
was?
I will tell you that I believe that that was Castellanter's spy, but I'm pretty sure I already implied that.
Indeed.
Oh, my mistake.
And Castellanter is a follower of Asmodeus.
And she
We
kind of
have
looks to you, Todrin,
seen
and
the
she says,
contract.
uh, and he's being honest?
Oh yes. Oh yes.
And what about this one? She says, looking over at Oscar.
I
He
would like to go to jail. Yes.
he can't lie anyway. I'm sure you established that before you brought
He
us up here.
Fair enough.
he cannot lie convincingly, and half of what he says is true to him.
Oscar, you haven't rolled a charisma save, by the way.
Unless you failed it willingly.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. Did you?
I failed it accidentally.
Oh,
I can swear to you, my lady, on my oath, they are honest.
very well.
And I am Cathra.
I gathered. And she looks
Todd
to
just
Oscar
says,
and she says, and what's your name?
And I am Cathra.
You can't lie.
No,
"You can't lie."
can't say something that isn't true.
How do we
And
know such?
I am.
Yep.
That was weird.
I saw your magic circle downstairs.
Hmm. And what were you doing down there?
I was looking for food.
What else did you find?
An opportunity to break one of your locks open.
Hmm. I'll have to invest in better locks.
Probably should. It was very easy.
Gentlemen, what are you doing here?
I'm waiting to go to jail.
We are investigating why Castellanter is so desperate for your property.
Oscar, you're not going to jail.
She looks at you and she says,
That's to be determined, but
and
we're going to try to avoid that.
why do you think that he is so desperate to get his hands on my tower?
Well, you
This
know,
zone of truth is working very much in her favor right now.
I've got lots of ideas on that aspect, lots of suspicions and so forth, but the
Oscar?
specifics of why is not something I am ready to share with you yet.
So as Serval is saying all of that, she just doesn't even pay any attention. She just turns to Oscar and she says, Oscar, why are your friends so interested in my tower?
I literally have no idea.
Mm. Somehow that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, nice try though.
It was worth a shot.
All right, our turn. How much do you know about their little fiendish affinity?
That's news to me, actually.
Hmm. And if either of you, any of you look to me, I nod. She's telling the truth. You can see
Well, ma'am,
where the problem is. Then
Enlighten me.
I'll look at Serval.
well, ma'am, we believe that, well, I have my suspicion that there's a reason why their first child is. Wait, hold on. What's out of character? Kason, what was the specifics about the first child of the Castellanterns?
Osvaldo Castellanter He's a little younger than Todrin or Bart, and actually a little younger than her.
And missing.
And
Has been.
he has been missing for 4 years.
Okay. So, ma'am, I have a suspicion that there is a fiendish reason why their oldest son is missing, and if with as desperate as they're acting of late, uh, they're trying to do something to prevent the same fate of for their other children.
Well, that's a shame.
It is indeed. By the way, don't go to any parties anytime soon that they try to invite people to.
Her eyelid kind of raises. She says, "Why is that?"
Well, they, in order to entreat one of the packs with Asmodeus to get one of his boons, they have to murder a few people at a party.
None of which is untrue.
I see. And I
So,
assume that you're trying to stop them.
indeed, we are, ma'am.
Good. Someone should.
We're looking to do what's best for the city.
Todrin, when she says that you've registered, that is true. That's how she feels about it.
Right. Okay. Good to know. Listen, we believe the purchase of this tower may be involved in that to one degree or another. That's why we're here.
And if I were to say I know exactly why he wants it, what would you think of that?
I would know it's true. Please enlighten us.
She just smiles and she says, I don't think so.
You don't think it's true?
No,
No, no, no, no. She doesn't think
I
that he's
know, I'm
going
being
to say.
obtuse.
Oh,
Right.
okay, okay. Todrin. Ah, ma'am,
On
the
purpose.
question is, if if you have the same information that we do, what is your intent in all of this? What is your end game?
Well, I'd like to have the money.
Hmm.
I mean, isn't that why you're involved in all of this? Surely you're not just trying to stop the Castellanters out of the goodness of your own heart. There's something in it for you.
Some of us may be.
Actually, I'm here for as much payback to Xanathar Guild as I can get. That's honestly the reason why I'm here.
She just nods her head. She says, and what about you, Oscar? Why are you here?
I was looking for food.
I like him.
How old is she?
21.
Okay.
That's like an infant.
For Oscar, yeah. um, fuck. Lost track of the thread here. So, all right. Would you're not interested in assisting us stopping them then?
I'm more interested in you assisting me.
You want your money.
I'm willing to share.
You know how many
I'm sorry, but we aren't
people are
capable of doing that.
competing right now? People that are willing to murder right now? I want as little part of that as possible. because if we are going to follow through with this, it needs to be for what's best for the largest percentage of the population of this city. And it needs to be something that I can walk away from and don't have people following me every corner that go around. I need to be able to get back at Zenithar for Maloon and for Herman. And you just see, you
Yeah.
see, I, I'm probably saying that more aggressively. For Serval, it's more of like almost like wailing, like he's frustrated, but it's less anger and more just heart wrenching sadness.
Oh, okay. Okay. Are you thinking we give them what they want? And I'm gesturing at the tower.
Oh, he's not getting my tower.
Oh. Okay, how about you fill us in a little there?
No.
Just fucking
Ma'am,
silence.
have we satisfied your curiosity enough, or are you going to have to have our friend thrown in jail?
I'll tell you what. If you can bring me the Stone of Golor,
Well,
I'll let
that
him
would
go.
require us breaking a lot of rules, and as far as I know, someone who's a lot more dangerous than you is already on their way to go get.
She says, I know.
Yeah, so we can't do that.
Then he's going to jail.
All right. Sorry, Oscar.
Sorry, Oscar.
We.
This has been enlightening, ma'am, and I hope that the information that we've given you keeps you safe from the machinations of this cult. And I think we will be on our way.
She
Oscar, please.
stands up and she approaches the arrow slit in front of Bartholomew. She pokes her head out. She says, Guards, please call the city watch and have them send a constable down.
I'm just standing there looking between Oscar and Todrin.
Oscar, what has just happened?
I can do this. I can use this feature twice. I'm turning back into a cat and getting the fuck out.
And when she turns around and she sees Oscar is jumping out the window, she says, he can run, but he can't hide. Come on, boys. Give me a reason not to have your friend arrested.
Well, you've been less than clear here. What the hell do you want from us? I
I
don't.
want you to help me get the Stone of Golor and get into the vault and get the money.
Ma'am,
The best we can do is promise to give you the stone once it's in our hands.
and it won't be in our hands.
If it ever gets
So
in our
not even that.
hands.
If it gets in our hands.
Well, shall I let you out then?
Please.
And she'll lead the way down the stairs.
Oscar's going to have to live as a cat for a while now.
Well, there's a cat waiting up front for you guys.
Did you talk to a cat and convince it to stay to be there in your stead?
No, it's me. I turned back into a cat.
Oh, I know. All right. So I pass the flask off to the guards. I tell them to keep it, that they're good men.
Well, that was awkward.
Ah, yes, indeed.
And we learned nothing.
We learned she's not
Oh,
giving him their tower.
she
By
knows
will,
about the gold.
we're
And
aware of what the Castellanters are capable of. Those men and that woman are all in danger.
Okay, we learned
and
she's
there's
not
nothing we can
collaborate.
do about it.
We learned she's not collaborating with them, and she's not going to willingly give them the tower. That's not nothing.
It's not nothing. I'm just stating a fact. She may be not a nice person, but I don't know if she deserves to die.
Well,
Nobody said that.
if she dies, it will be by whomever is responsible for her death. We have armed her with information that we provided to her, but we can't do anything beyond that. We cannot hold ourselves accountable for if the Castellanters kill her or not. That's on them. That is their responsibility, not us.
Oscar, are you keeping up with them, or are you hanging back, or what are you doing?
Oh yeah, yeah. I'll follow them.
Okay. Are you guys
Uh,
all keeping together as you walk away?
uh, kinda like as
We
a
three
group.
are,
Okay. Um,
right?
everybody
Yeah.
roll
Yes.
me a perception check at disadvantage as you were walking away.
Perception. So
Okay.
Serval got a 21. Oh wait, disadvantage. So Serval. Oh, Serval got a 9. Bart
Bart's our
got a
best.
15.
Best
All
for
right.
the
So
15.
Bart, the last thing you hear as you're walking away is she's talking about increasing the guard presence.
Okay.
And you don't catch anything more significant than that, though. So, where do you guys head next?
Honestly, I as a player am incredibly frustrated.
I know she's stubborn.
I have had to take several deep breaths. I'm quite angry. Um, as a character, well, we got some good tidbits there. I need to stop by the temple real fast on the way back, or wherever we're headed.
All right, are
All
all of
right.
you headed there, or I mean, it's
Yes.
not, but
Is
just a couple of blocks away from where you guys are now.
all right. Cool.
Perfect.
On the way there, I'll mention that we should go swing by the yawning portal. How are we on time?
I'm good for a little while.
Good for a
How are
little
you
bit
guys
longer.
doing?
I'm not good.
Oh,
All I need to do is drop off a note. So if we want to finish
Okay.
wherever we end up after that, that's fine. Uh, yeah. So
All right.
I still have the pack of flowers I bought last session.
Mm-hmm.
We did never put them in the inventory. I'm assuming that's just
That's okay.
yeah. Okay. But yeah. So I'll walk in the door and find the nearest priestess. Wave to anybody I recognize as I'm walking in and finding her.
Okay. Who are you looking for? Anyone specific, or just any of the
Well, I'll
priestesses?
keep my eye open for Lorelei or Seraphina or
Okay.
anybody I
Roll
recognize.
a perception check.
But I'm just looking for any priestess, really.
Okay. Yeah. The first one that comes up to you is Salira Summergale. She's a half elf.
Okay.
You do not see Lorelei, but she'll take the note. What's it say?
Yeah. Well, I guess it wasn't a note so much as a message. I just tell her, hello, good to see you. I'll hand her a flower. And
It's good to see you too, Todrin.
right. Is she like what is my knowledge of her? Is she
Um,
what's the likelihood of her being an Ayana lackey, basically?
roll an insight check.
Okay. 14.
You get the impression that she is not an Ayana lackey so much as she is one of the people that believes that Ayana has done great things for this temple, but that
So she's a loyal Sunniite.
but that she is mistreating you. So
Oh, okay,
that
cool.
Ayana is mistreating you. So she's kind of on the fence of like she feels like she's stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Okay, well that's the best case scenario. So yeah, I'll ask her. All right, well if you wouldn't mind making a post in of a message and spread this around for me, I would like to host a meeting of all. Send out a call in from Sunni's Chosen to any free heart warders, priestesses, and fellow knights of the Ruby Rose to meet here tomorrow, let's say around noon.
All right,
I'd like to address the following. Tell them I have a message from the lady herself.
I'll do that.
I appreciate you. Thank you. And y'all have a good day.
All right. So, and Bart, I assume you go to the yawning portal.
That's where we would go after.
Okay.
But I'm gonna sit down and have a conversation with Matrim. So
Okay. Do you want to cover that now, or do you want to? Is that something we can do like real quick, or is that something that needs to more time?
I don't know.
Serval
Well, I
would
guess
be
quick,
interested
but
in going the Yawning Portal as well.
oh well. Then if we have multiple things to do, we should just wait until next time. Start off in the portal. Because it sounds like Kai is.
Yeah, and I apologize. I know this one. The thing is, she is super stubborn, and you guys were not convincing.
It's okay.
Yep.
It happens. You can't win them all, man.
Like, here's the thing: you've got to give her something to get something, you know.
We
And
what did we not give her?
you wouldn't
We
make any
did give
promises. You
her.
wouldn't. What'd you give her? What did you offer her?
Answered
We
all her
gave her.
questions.
The only thing that you answered to her was, "I need to increase security." You didn't give her anything as far as getting the gold.
Really
About
didn't.
getting the gold? No, we wouldn't give her anything about getting the gold. Just that
And that's
she
what
needs
she's
to be
interested
careful
in.
with the Kessel.
So when you say we
Well,
didn't give her anything, it's not we didn't give her anything. We didn't give her what she wanted, which
Right,
was an
yep.
into the vault.
right.
Okay, that's much better. Okay, yeah, and I'm not mad at you, Kazan. I'm just thoroughly frustrated with the character, but you play them like they're supposed to be played. I don't hold that against you, believe me. I guess this bitch just got under my skin. But yeah, all right. So I got my message to the temple, and we can just start at the yawning portal next time then.
We're not gonna make it before Halloween. I can tell you right now, just based on this session alone. It's like,
Right.
oh man. So,
We didn't get to anything that you thought we were gonna get
oh god,
to.
no, not at all. Uh,
Nice.
The dice just weren't with us today.
so I'm gonna. God, I want to throw this at you guys, but like you guys are going to the awning portal, you're not going home.
Hmm.
Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and give it to you, and I'm gonna. Matrim is gonna give it to you as you guys come in.
Oh,
Matrim is which one?
Matrim is the Harper agent, and he'll tell you, Bart, as soon as you guys come into the yawning portal and sit down, he says, "We received this morning, and I thought you might want to see it." And he hands you a petition to investigate and evict the uncommon, and it reads as follows: "We, the residents of Troll Skull Alley, are disgusted and horrified by the events that have occurred in our once peaceful neighborhood in recent weeks. These troubles began when a group of supposed adventurers calling themselves the Uncommon moved into Troll Skull Manor. As I am sure you are all aware, they have reopened the old tavern despite being fully aware that a dangerous spirit haunts the manor. In fact, they have shamelessly used the ghost's presence to advertise their business, knowing that it has demonstrated a violent temper. In fact, tale has been told by none other than Volothamp Gaddarm, author of many best-selling titles such as Volo's Guide to Monsters, that the ghosts tried to throw one of them from the top of the turret the first day they moved in. Their tavern suffered a terrible rat infestation, which the most eccentric member of the Uncommon, an 8-foot-tall giantkin known as Oscar, brazenly tried to spread throughout Trollskull Alley. Oscar is known to have an affinity for rats carrying the disease-ridden vermin in his coat pocket. There is even evidence that he is secretly running the tavern as a front for a violent gang of were-rat thieves and cutthroats behind the backs of his cohorts.
What the fuck?
These issues, however,
totally
are
true.
nothing compared to the fireball that killed 12 people, or the Trolltide slaughter where countless people, including children, were endangered as monsters rampaged through our neighborhood. Trollskull Manor lies at the center of both of these attacks. While the Uncommon would have their neighbors believe that they fought valiantly to protect us, it has come to our attention that they knew the attack was coming at least 24 hours ahead of time and did nothing to warn us of the impending danger. As if that were not damning enough, it only gets worse. Word has begun to spread that Lord Todrin Amcathra, a knight of the Order of the Ruby Rose, has proclaimed himself to be a chosen of Sunni. However, the High Priestess herself is said to have serious doubts about the validity of his claim. The two have been at odds for weeks over the matter. Now it has come to our attention that they were arrested on charges of assault and kidnapping just a few days ago. During those events, Lord Bartholomew Margaster threw a man from an upper floor of a windmill in the South Ward. The man suffered severe injuries and may never walk again. Lastly, there are no records showing that Oscar has ever paid his taxes to the city. We, the residents of Trollskull Alley, formally request that City Watch close their establishment, the Restless Tavern, and evict the occupants from Trollskull Manor while a thorough investigation is conducted into all of the complaints made above. Emic Faroon.
Yeah, I fucking knew his name would be at the bottom. That was really well worded for that brainless son of a bitch.
Wasn't it, though? As if maybe someone else wrote it for him.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, indeed.
How many signatures are on this?
This is
How
just
many
they got a
real
copy of it.
signatures are on that?
This is just that they got a copy of it. The Harpers got a copy of it.
Ah. Because if it's just Froon, that has nothing. That weighs no. Nothing is going to
Well,
happen from that.
we can't assume that nothing will happen from it. It just
That's
might be an
true.
inconvenience and slow us down long enough for our our esteemed opponent gets his end of things done and situated so he can get the gold.
Well, we'll have our discussion with Matron when we start our next
Yeah,
session.
I apologize that this one was as unproductive as it was.
It
It
happens,
happens,
Jason.
man.
I mean, we had a couple really good ones, and then the dice weren't with us this time, and you're playing the character the way it's supposed to be played, so it's okay.
Right.
Don't feel bad. It's
The
part of the
Frustration
storytelling
power.
isn't
process.
at you personally, man. Don't take it personally.
Yeah,
So
true.
how do you guys feel with the accusations that are made in that petition?
Clear that Kaysen wrote it.
It is well
Case,
written, Kazin. Whoever
freaking
wrote it.
Case and Lantern.
Kazin.
How it all makes sense.
Well played. Well played. If there wasn't just enough bullshit in there to give me traction, I
There
would.
was just enough truth in there to make it damning.
Yeah, true. Not damning, but damaging for sure.
Well, it depends. So, yeah, in the end, it really depends on who believes it and how much traction they get.
This is true. This is true.
So, at this point, our best bet is appeal to the upper echelon of the watch that they put pressure to keep this investigate it by all means. Please investigate it, but to not impede us while they're investigating it. That would be, I think, the most appropriate for us to gain traction and to keep up our momentum.
Yeah.
So if we can call in all of our markers for anybody that we have markers with, Lord's Alliance or Force Grey and such, to kind of, okay, we're willing to be in. Let's keep everything on the up and up. However, uh, don't impede our ability to continue the investigation. And I don't think we need to have Jarlaxle involved in this end of things because, well, we're still missing a watch captain, and but I don't know. That's my guess.
Was that implying you as a player think Jarlaxle disappeared Alice?
Maybe disappeared her. Maybe I.
That's
She's
not a bad idea.
missing mysterious. She's missing mysteriously, and Serval had mentioned as much to Jarlaxle at one point. So
It's not a bad idea.
maybe it's one that Todrin would not be okay with. But
No, true.
Todrin.
Todrin
The Paladin,
assumes that she fell afoul of the evil people she's working for.
whatever Todrin thinks is fine. He doesn't have to ask too many questions.
How do we appease our picky ass paladin friend? We let him believe whatever he believes.
He's an edgy paladin, but he's not that edgy.
Exactly. To quote Hind. Anyways, let's call this a night there, folks.